graduated from law school, I worked in San Francisco for a firm on Montgomery Street. And it was quite a change for me because in grammar school, high school, and even college, we wore Levi's and T-shirts. And working in San Francisco at that time, women wore heels and white gloves and went shopping. And men wore three-piece suits with hats. And that was a change for me. And I worked in San Francisco for several years. But at that time, the law community was closed. And you basically worked, now a Stanford graduate, when he gets out, gets $100,000 a year as an advisor, and he doesn't know what he's doing, but you pay him that. Well, we were getting, I would say, $350, $400 a month. And the reason was because it was an internship, like you have with physicians. They didn't let you do anything until you were in the firm for several years. There might have been exceptions, but certainly that didn't apply to me. And so I was married to my first wife then, and we were pregnant, and we lived on North Beach, and that's an experience. That we were there when the City Lights bookstore was going, and the Beatniks, and we were right in the middle of it. But when my wife became pregnant, we would have to go out in the avenues, which was another area, foggy. All the houses looked the same. So we decided to come back to Carmel, where I was from. Another reason is that you could not advance in the firm until you were there for many years, and the benefits might be bestowed on your grandchild if he worked there. When I moved back to the Monterey Peninsula, it was a small town practice. A lot of it was hand-holding type of event. If one was hanging up the laundry, the neighbor was doing some rototilling. I mean, just stuff. And a lot of it had to do with quelling people's emotions and saying, you don't want to do this. My practice consisted of real estate work too, because as I said, my father had a title company, and I worked in the title company during the summer when I was in high school, and I was aware of real property. And as I said, the Monterey Peninsula was building out. And so I did a lot of the work in the subdivisions. The Carmel Knolls, Mission Fields, Monte Vista, Skyline Forest, all of those built out. And indeed, we are built out now. And it's Salinas where the growth is. Just no more land here that we want to do anything with. So my practice switched a little bit from that and into some estate planning. I did domestic work until I reached the age of 45, when I gave myself a birthday present and decided not to do any more divorces. So when I did when I got involved with estate planning, I found out they were just as contentious. Because when the titular head of the family dies, all the animosities among the siblings get involved. And before you know it, that was terrible too. And so I had a lot of litigation in that area. I did litigate, but it was only in the areas that I was acquainted with. Nothing to do with personal injury or that kind of thing. And a lot of us, small town. So I said I practiced law for 59 and a half years. And I regret that I'm not practicing now. I enjoyed it.